Welcome everybody to the first race of the season. You see it on the screen. It is Daytona, and here we are in the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series, lubed up by Valvoline, and boy am I excited to get this going as we're going to have a little small field tonight of about 43 drivers trying to take home the victory tonight, take home the win of the first race of the season. And boy, am I excited. I'm excited, a little bit nervous, because I don't know what 4387 cars are going to be like. But boy, oh boy, I'm excited to find out as we get ready to get this season going. I'm very, very excited, very happy to have our sponsors, and we'll go ahead and get those guys up on screen. Our title sponsor, it is the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series, and want to thank Goatlocker for coming on board, and really excited to have them, and of course, what everybody knows already, Valvoline. So our two main sponsors, the Goatlocker being our title sponsor, is really, really excited to get this season underway. And boy, oh boy, I just cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen as qualifying is just getting started. We're going to have 5 minutes of qualifying. We're going to try to get some drivers up here and talk to them a little bit and see what their thoughts are going into this race. Talk to Josh Oswald, last season's champion, and really get his thoughts and perspective going into this race. So really, really excited. I've been waiting on this for over a month as we get ready to get this started. We're going to have a lot of new people, a lot of new faces. It's going to be exciting, or we're literally going to be under caution the whole race. I don't know. You just don't know how it's going to be. What I love about these cars is the ability for the cars to kind of spread out, is you really have to drive it. And we've seen these cars at Talladega. They're already tough there. At Daytona, it's so much narrower of a track, and so you're not going to have that much room to move around. You go into the corner, you get tight, you're going to slide up into the wall. I think we're going to see probably a lot of that tonight. So very, very, very excited to get this going. Let's go ahead and look at what the race is tonight. It is the Daytona 100. Couldn't think of anything better. That's all I got, Daytona 100. They call it the Daytona 500 in real life, so we'll call it the Daytona 100 here tonight. So as we get this off right here. And let's go ahead and bring up the schedules. You know what? Let's try to bring some drivers in. Let's see. I've got guys putting down their qualifying lap right now, so we'll kind of let them do that. But as they finish those laps and get their time on the board, we'll bring them in and talk to them and see what's going on. So let's go ahead and bring up the schedule for this season. Season 2, like I said, 43 drivers tonight. Expecting big fields every single week, and I think we're going to have an exciting season as we've brought in some new people, some guys that I know that can drive the hell out of a race car. There's guys and gals that can drive the hell out of some race cars. So really, really excited to get this going as we look at the schedule here. Daytona, that's tonight, and then we hit Phoenix next week, Darlington, Atlanta. Woo, gonna be tough. These guys gonna have to bring it because these are not gonna be easy. And then to give them a little break, give them a little lull in the action. We'll take them to Bristol and put however many show up on the Bristol Motor Speedway. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a crazy season. Lots of really cool trophies. We're going to have some trophies, some door prizes are going to be given out thanks to Goatlocker, Flexible Freight Solutions, and Valvoline for coming on board. Kyle Roberts is going to, and I'll have a picture of that next week, but a custom wallet with your number and your initials for the champion. So a lot of really cool prizes. I think it's going to be one of the best series I've ever been a part of. So really thankful to be calling the race tonight. It's going to be tough. We've already talked about how narrow the track is, what we're expecting. So let's see. Let's go ahead and pull up our standings as we're sitting here. Is Ronnie Osmer, new driver to the series, and Brendan Pollock running the exact same lap time. So Really, really awesome there. Let's see. Looking for Josh Oswalt to see if he has put down a time yet, and he has not. We'll go. We'll click on him. Let's pull him in here and see if we can talk to him. Well, he's only got a few minutes to get that qualifying time in. Let's see if he's gonna swap. Let's see. Hold on. Let's pull Josh Oswalt in here. Hey, Josh, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Well, man, are you putting down a qualifying time?
No, not tonight.
Okay. All right, good. So I didn't want to interrupt you while you're doing that. Well, last season's champion tonight, you got 42 other drivers trying to take it from you. What's your expectation tonight? What's your strategy going into this race?
I'm just going to try my best to avoid the carnage, keep that faster pair in my pocket, and come away with a solid finish at the end. You know, these races are really just a roll of the dice, and I hope the dice roll well for me tonight.
Well, we didn't run Daytona last. Oh, we did. But I kind of talk about the differences between Talladega and Daytona here before we get starting to grid up.
Just a lot more room at Talladega. If you're going to go through wide here, it's going to get real sketchy real quick with these cars, and best not to do it, but I'm sure it's going to happen.
Well, all right. Well, that's last season's champion, Josh Oswalt. Good luck, Josh. Well, all right. Well, we are gridding up, so let's go ahead and pull up the grid and let's talk. We're going to have a lot to go through here, so let's go ahead and get that going. On pole, Ronnie Osmer in the O2 machine starting on pole. Brandon Pollock starting second. Starting third, Garrett Kinder. Starting fourth, Steve Loving, our Super Speedway king. Donald Colbert starting fifth. Jared Reed starting sixth. Keith Taylor starting seventh. Ryan Pendleton, Goatlocker entry, starting eighth. Mike Steffen, short track monster, starting in ninth. Patrick Dravik starting 10th. Jesse Nekula starting 11th. Glad to have him. Andy Kurtz starting 12th. Starting 13th, Todd Schott. Chris Reese starting 14th. Colton Lanford starting 15th. Zach Wittstein starting 16th. Scott Schroeder starting 17th. Cindy Taylor starting 18th. Jason Lottridge starting 19th. Mike Hasty starting 20th. Tyler Rice starting 21st. Hemi Garradini starting 22nd. Samuel Fontaine starting 23rd. Logan Surgeon starting 24th. 25th, Daniel Cunningham. Travis Bieber starting 26th. 27th, Matt Clemens. Kevin Anderson starting 28th. Matt Telder starting 29th. Mickey Isaac starting 30th. Vernon Reese starting 31st. Keith Lichtenwalker, Wallner, almost had it. Starting 32nd. Steve Gibson starting 33rd. Aaron Sayre starting 34th. Jason Warren starting 35th. Michael Morrison starting 36th. 37th is Greg Froenig. Josh Oswalt, last season champion, starting 38th. Sean Stevens in 39th. Charlie Gates Jr. starting 40th. Kyle Roberts starting 41st. Dave Jones starting 42nd. And bringing up the end of the field, the caboose, Sam Wittstein. Really glad to have him. Glad to have him back. Wish him well. Hope everything is going good for him as he has a recovery little stick here lately. But cars are pulling off the pit road. We are getting ready to get this show on the road. And we are going to, hopefully, if we have a lot of cautions, we'll try to get through everybody's paint scheme. I want everybody to get some air time tonight, but we'll do the best we can. If we got a lot of long green flag laps, we'll try to get it going. So I'm amped up. I'm excited. I'm ready to see these cars. You see the sun set in the distance. We're gonna transition into night, and that could change the handling a little bit. Maybe get a little bit more grip, maybe get a little bit less grip. So going to be interesting to see how this goes. Let's go ahead and expect it to be pretty messy as we got some guys who are new working together, trying to feel each other out, racing around each other. But I believe these guys are some of the best in the biz. So I think we'll put on a good show. So got a lot of people here watching tonight, and I'm sorry for those who weren't able to make it in. Just a lot of people trying to get in. So we did the best we could. And Daytona is usually extremely popular, so. right, pace car coming off pit road. We are getting ready to go green, and green flag is out for the Daytona 100, the first race in the season of the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series presented by Valvoline, as caution is already out as oh my goodness, we didn't even make it across the start finish line as we've got cars already. Let's go ahead and just do a quick rewind and see what in the world happened there, as guys are probably just trying to take it easy, but a little bit of an accordion effect here. Trying to get on the 72 here. Mike Hasty seemed to be where that started. Good grief. Oh yeah, a little checkup. Zach Wittstein apparently just stopping in the middle of the track. Let's go see what happened there. But for him, is he may have missed a shift. I'm not real sure. But everybody else went, and then he just didn't. So I don't know if he shifted too early. But guys were not able to check up, and we just had a parking lot there. So already under a first caution. We knew that was going to happen. So no surprise there. I don't even think that was something that was negligent. I think maybe he just missed a shift, goes from second to fourth. Who knows? And guys just not able to check up. So under caution already. So let's go ahead and strap in and get ready. So they are getting called up to the field. I'm gonna save my commercials as we go ahead and we'll talk about Ronnie Osmer, and we'll go ahead and give these awards out that we're trying to do. So Chuck Pegleg Felt's Pole Award, of course, goes to Ronnie Osmer. He's in third now, gets passed on the initial start, but he is the Pole Award winner, as we're having issues getting people lined up. So I don't know what's going on here, but already seems to be a little bit messy. So I'm not real sure what's happening here. As Brandon Pollock is showing our leader. And I think, unfortunately, I think what's going to happen is I think there's going to be a mess here with iRacing, because I think the caution came out before people got across the start-finish line. So when a cautioner comes out like that, unfortunately, that's going to mess up the running order. iRacing apparently can't handle that, and so that's going to cause a mess. So already not a great start, but a lot of these things outside of our control. We can't really help what iRacing does. Race control really can't do anything about it. It just is what it is. So we'll have to let it sort itself out, and there's plenty of time left in this race. So. Well, while they sort it out, I guess I will do a little bit of a commercial break here, and we'll go ahead and plug our one of our sponsors, Valvoline.
When I just started out, I used to come down here. It's what they call the short track. It's kind of like the minor leagues in baseball. I couldn't afford to have any engine trouble back then, so I put my money down on Valvoline racing oil. These days, Valvoline gives me money to use their motor oil. Maybe they don't realize I'd be using it anyway. Let's let that be our little secret.
Valvoline. Motor oil is not just motor oil.
Well, all right. Well, looks like waiver rounds have happened, and we are getting this thing lined back up. iRacing's hopefully got its shit together, and we're going to get this rolling. Hopefully, the start goes a little bit better this time, but I don't think I expected anything different, as we kind of try to get everything sorted out. 43 guys, you got 43 mistakes that could happen at any point on the track. So We aren't professional. We're amateur drivers, and it's going to happen. So we're going to make it fun. We're going to see. Got a lot of folks in chat. Got Mark Hollifield. I think guitar guy may be Jacob Ellingson. I can't say shit on a broadcast. I'm saying it right now. Mama Ellingson, get the swear jar out. I'm gonna fill her up tonight. Got Ratchet Miller. Got Kevin Kinder always. Like I said, you want three things you can count on in life. That's death, taxes, and Kevin Kinder been in your chat. But we're getting ready to go green. Brandon Pollock going to lead us down to our first restart as we get back going. Mama Ellingson showing up in chat as we get a little bit better start this time around, as we got a lot of guys hanging out back. Some guys who probably have already had to use their faster pair. But getting racy up here up front, as guys are going to hopefully start to, as we get these green flag laps, start to get work their way towards the front. Is we have 50 laps, which is a long time. You see somebody going through the middle there. I can't really tell who that is. It's Keith King Taylor driving through the middle, taking it 3 wide on lap 5, saying, "I'm here to race. I'm here to push y'all's buttons. Are y'all ready to race or not?" And so far, everybody's doing a good job. Somebody on the wall there, but we're watching the lead as it is getting all over the place. Come on, Mommy Ellison. That's what I'm talking about. Getting wild in the chat. As we are still green right now, I tell you what, let's crank it up a little bit if we can, hopefully before the next caution comes in. We turn the sound on. How about that? Caution is out. Let's go see what happened if we can. Oh, it looks like the 117 of Hemi Gherardini is caught up in something. Let's see if we can catch. There's a lot of people on this list right here. It's really hard to find out where everybody is. Oh man. Yeah, he just goes down in the corner, has a little bit of damage, and gets loose on the entry, and around he goes. So second caution of the night, a good, nice little green flag run there, and Hemi just loses his car in that 117 Rocket Nation car. So a couple guys caught up in that as well. And Hemi is still having issues as he is sliding, trying to get on pit road. Let's back that up and see what happened. Yeah, just those brakes are just not big enough to stop on a dime, and you have to really get on them, and he locks them up getting into pit road. So Hemi having some issues. He's struggling. Gets himself a faster pair. They have one faster pair. So unlimited tires, we're not we're not literally Satan in this league. With these tires and these cars, I think it would just hurt the racing to limit how many tires you get. So unlimited tires, but only one faster pair. So you do have a chance to get caught up in one mistake, and then you have to be careful after that. Brandon Pollock coming off of the track, get him some tires, but he's going to give up a lot of field position. Track position. I'll tell you what, let's bring somebody up, somebody new that we don't know. Let's talk to them and see. Maybe we find somebody that's brand new if I can find them. Let's talk to Keith Taylor. Hey Keith, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, man. Well, glad to have you, man. You're leading the race right now. Just kind of wanted to bring somebody in that's kind of new and no better than one that's leading the race. Made a nice little 3-wide move there to get the lead, man. How's it feeling so far?
Feels good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in my hometown track. Live about 20 minutes from here. See if we can't get in victory lane.
Well, all right. Well, I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to let you get back to your chats. But, man, good luck tonight. Just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of air time. Like I said, we're going to try to get a lot of folks who are new and get you in here. Are you excited about the league? Are you excited to get this season going?
Definitely excited. I love these cars and just thankful for the opportunity. Hopefully I can go out here and represent for Outlaw.
All right. Well, good luck, and hope to see you go 3-wide a couple more times.
Definitely. Appreciate it, brother.
So hopefully I get him back in the right chat. And I did on the first try. How about that? Well, there was Keith Keen Taylor, a new driver tonight. Already showing some good stuff as he is out front, able to get out front early with a nice little 3-wide move. But looks like we're coming to the 1 to go. There it is. We're 1 to green. So 10 laps down. We'll have 48 laps to go as 38 laps to go as we get the green flag. So still a lot of people in this race. We got a few guys that are already multiple laps down. I think that was a result of that issue with iRacing. But like I said, not much we can do about that. So we'll go ahead and have this split for us so we can see where everybody's running. You see 29 cars on the lead lap. Chris Reese, Vernon Reese, the first car lap down. You can see just a bunch of guys lap down, and I would imagine not all of them are caught in wrecks. Just seems like it that iRacing bug at the start of the race is really messing us up. So hopefully they can stay out, get a couple waiver rounds, get some lucky dogs, and we can get these folks back on the lead lap. All right, we're getting ready to go back green. Keith Taylor, Ronnie Osmer, Garrett Kinder, Jonah Colbert, and Jared Reed are your top 5. So green flag is out as we get back underway here on lap 11 of 50 at the Daytona 100 in the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series. First race of the season. You want to win this one, I can promise you. We'll let the lead kind of get spread out, and then we'll kind of go back and check and see where everybody is. Some big names from last season. We see Garrett Kinder getting a nice run there, getting a push from Jared Reed on the bottom, was able to get inside Keith Taylor and get a nose ahead. He's going to take a little bit of the lead, but Keith has got a really good pusher there with our pole sitter. The Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner is pushing, but caution is out again as we go back and see, oh Lord, we got tires going everywhere. Carnage back here in the back. My goodness. It's not really sure what happened. It happened way up front. It looks like the 22 and the 21 get together. Oh yeah, 21 Michael Morrison gets into the wall, and the 22 of hell, I don't know who the damn 22 is. Oh, Matt Telder gets into him, so under caution again. Well, all right. Well, let's try to talk to some people. let's see what's going on in the field right now. I don't want to talk to certain people. I don't want anybody to be too mad, but let's try to reach out and try to find some folks that we haven't talked to. We're actually going to bring Zach Wittstein up here and talk about that start that he had. Let's get him up in here. Hey, Zach, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, your race is doesn't look like it's going that great right now. What happened on that initial start?
I was just getting ready to shift into third, and the shifter slipped from my hand into third, and when I let out of the gas not to get in someone in front of me, it obviously slipped into neutral, and it didn't matter what I did. It just would not get back into gear, and nothing else I could do.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but you know, hey, that kind of stuff happens. But it looks like you're getting the wave around or the lucky dog now. Is that right?
Yeah, I just hope that everybody else that was a part of that, I mean, even the people that weren't a part of the wreck that got caught a lap down because of iRacing glitches can get their lap back as well, because I feel bad for pretty much everybody.
Hey, man, it happens. Well, what's your plan? Are you gonna how are you gonna get yourself back up into the at least the top 10? You started around that area. What's your plan to get back up there?
Just protect my car. I had to use my fast repair after that start, and now I just gotta try to protect the car and make it to the end.
All right. Well, good luck.
Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. That's Zach Wittstein. You see, just missed the ship there, and like I said, that kind of stuff happens. Well, right now, Kevin Kinder and Ratchet Miller ought to be pretty proud right now, as their boy Garrett Kinder is in the lead. Was able to get a little power move down on the bottom and get up to the front. And he now is going to control this race as we are crossing the line to start lap 14. We're going to get the 1 to green, so we're going to double back up and go back at it. Hopefully get to see a little bit of green flag racing. But like I said, I think this is fully expected. Lots of stuff going on. And then, of course, when iRacing stuff messes up and has issues, that just compounds the frustration. So we're going to see a lot of frustrated drivers, guys, irritated, upset at their position and what they're trying to do. But I think we'll see some guys start to make some moves, especially as we get over halfway. Once we get there, it's going to start picking up a lot. But we've seen a lot of really good racing up front, guys really jockeying for position, and I expect that to continue. So. You know, if the cautions are going to keep coming out, and we're going to have constant cautions, you know, you really have to make use of every green flag lap you get. If you can get a car every lap, that's going to be important. So, if you're sitting in 30th, you're sitting back in 27th, you're not going to have a whole lot of chances to make up a whole lot of time, I don't think. So I think mentally it's something that's going to be tough. You got to keep your mind right. Try not to get caught up in the accidents. Try not to cause any accidents, and work your way up through there. You know, guys, a lot of guys making big moves, taking advantage of some issues. Sean Steven, Josh Oswald, Kyle Roberts up multiple positions from where they started. Kyle Roberts up 20 spots from where he started. But green flag is out. Garrett Kinder's going to lead us down. Yeah, he's got the 0-2 of Ronnie Osmer, our pole award winner, pushing on the back end of that 13 car. He's like, let's go. I'm ready to push you all the way. Takes a lot of trust. You know, I don't know if Garrett really knows Ronnie, but takes a lot of trust to let somebody you don't know just push all over the back bumper of you. But I think this is where those type of on-track relationships start, where you start to build trust with each other, race around each other, and that's really important. So getting to really see this front crew up here. Of course, you got all your big names. So of course, we don't really know too much about Keith Jarrett or Ronnie, but we definitely know Garrett Kinder, Jonah Colbert, Steve Loving, Andy Kurtz, Todd Schott, And then in top 10, Patrick Dravik in that 07 machine, that Goatlocker entry. So really good racing. Guys are really spreading out, being clean. You see how far back it goes. We go all the way back to 34th position with Steven Gibson. You see him running in the back, 34. So guys are trying to keep their car clean, especially if they lost the faster pair. But guys are really spread out here in the back, just trying to keep it clean and keep it on the track. As number 83 of Scott Schroeder was down on the apron here. So, but let's go back up front. Let's see what the racing's like as we are still under green. Get some green flag laps to see the OSU 31 machine of Jonah Colbert. As he is getting to the back bumper of Garrett Kinder. We're definitely starting to see the tires start to give up, and you start to see the guys really start to slide a little bit more. We're going to see who's able to hang on to that, and you know, handling is going to be a thing. This is a lot like you know, running a cup car or running an top oval car at, say, like a 1.5 miler or something like Vegas. You really have to let off the throttle and let the car work. So let's actually go on board with Steve Loving, and let's see what he's looking at as we go on board. And you hear the lift there. You hear the lift. He's going in the corner, because if you don't, it's going to push up in the middle, and you're going to hit the guy on the top line or the wall. Neither one of them is a good outcome. Here, just a slight lift, being patient, being okay where he's at. This is the Super Speedway King. Oh, caution is out. It's Charlie Gates Jr. and the 53, Steven Gibson, get together. Yeah, Charlie Gates in that 55 machine gets into the wall and comes down and just clears out Steven Gibson. Nowhere to go. Gonna see that a lot. That's what you know. You enter in high. You really have to let off a little bit more to get that car to turn, and just gets into that wall. And we're gonna see that happen quite a bit tonight. These cars are no joke. So caution back out. So I tell you what, let's go to commercial. Let's get some of these commercials out of the way, as we are coming to lap 20 out of 50 tonight in the Daytona 100 in the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series, and we will be right back.
Enjoy extra sugar-free gum.
You get extra flavor, extra fun in extra sugar-free gum.
Extra, the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet, gives you extra refreshing flavor that lasts an extra long time.
Extra flavor for that extra long ride. Extra flavor for that extra long ride. When you chew it extra, the extra fresh flavor lasts an extra long time.
Extra lasts extra long.
All right, just in time to see what guys are going to do is on pit road, as we see Keith Taylor, Steve Loving, Jared Reed, Cindy Taylor, Jesse Necula, Brandon Pollock, Logan Sturgeon, Mickey Isaac. A lot of guys coming down pit road. Guys who are running the top 5 starting to feel that handling start to become an issue as these guys come down pit road and get those 4 tires. And somebody looks like they missed the pit stall there, the number 84 machine, Jesse Necula. I'm actually going to refresh these paint schemes just to make sure everybody is caught up. I had an issue with that earlier. Make sure everybody's paint scheme is like they should. But guys, starting to feel those tires make a big difference. And racing at Daytona last season, new tires, if you stay out too long, new tires are a huge advantage. So guys are going to start to test that out, see how that goes. Maybe at Talladega it's not such a huge deal, but here 4 tires is going to mean all the difference in the world. And it's going to add some strategy to it. Some guys are going to stay out for track position, and then you know, some guys are going to go in and take that gamble of having to come back up through the field, as we see, you know, half of the top 10 decided to come in and pit, and then the other half staying out. So we're going to see what, you know, how that plays out. You know, Garrett Kinder Ronnie Osmer, Jonah Colbert, Andy Kurtz are pretty safe up here. They seem to all be racing really well around each other, and I think I think they're pretty safe. But as the run goes on, the new tires will make a big difference. One to greens. These are quick cautions. I like this. I don't know if they're manually doing that or not, or it's just seems to be working out just fine. We don't seem to be having really long cautions. That's good. I'm going to run out of commercials. But let's go ahead and look at Daytona and kind of just talk about this track real quick while we're getting ready to go back green. I don't know if people call it Tona, but that's what I call it. Daytona International Speedway. It's a 2.5-mile tri-oval. 33-degree banking in the turns. Track record, of course, Bill Elliott in the 1987 season, 210 miles an hour. And most wins, Richard Petty with 10. So the king of real life, Richard Petty there with 10 wins. The king in Original Rebels, Super Speedway king, Steve Loving, decided to come down, was running up near the front, decided to come down and get tires. And with this big a field, pitting from there, coming down, getting tires, even with all those people who pitted, is running 19th. So got a lot of ground to make up as we get ready to go green. All right. Green flag is out, and we're back underway as Garrett Kendrick gets a good start, but Ronnie Osmer gets a great one as well and able to hold off that charge by Garrett Kendrick. And actually was leading a little bit going into the turn. And they are neck and neck going into the first turn. And then Ronnie's going to back up just a little bit as Garrett's got a little bit of help from behind with Jonah Colbert in the 31 machine, driving a quote-unquote Chevy Lumina. Look at Todd Schott there in the 00 High Life car getting up in there as well. So lots of guys starting to move their way forward. A little bit of beneficiary of some of these guys up front. Kind of going in pit road, so we'll kind of keep track of that as we got some people. We got something going on here. Logan Sturgeon, he was going down pit road. I think he's just having some internet issues, so like he's still on track. No pit road for him. Lord of mercy, everything's going all over the place. All right. Got a nice little breakaway here, 4-car breakaway. Ronnie Osmer still working on that high side. And we've got people kind of lined up, so everybody's kind of getting strung out here, and that's a good thing. That keeps the racing green. Ronnie Osmer is like, hell no, I'm not getting in line. I'm running for the win here. So let's go ahead and let's crank it up again. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that, so let's crank it up. On that too much. That's too much fun. I can leave it there all race, I feel like, as we watch these cars go around the track. And that's while we've got some racing going on, let's try to go back in the field and see what's going on in mid-pack here as we try to catch up with our past champion, last season's champion, Josh Oswalt in his Valvoline machine. I don't know if I'm not picking up the paint scheme. He's supposed to be running a different one. Maybe that's for a different race. I don't know, but he is currently running 17th. Has made up quite a few spots but just has kind of been around 20th. Just hadn't had a whole chance to move forward. So some guys back here trying to make their way to the front. Logan Sturgeon here in the 26 car. That's a good looking paint scheme. I like that. Of course, I'm a big baby blue guy, so I definitely enjoy that paint scheme a lot. As we've got a battle here for 19th places. We are really strung out now as you're starting to see the handling make a huge difference. We'll check in on who was running about third. Keith Keen Taylor. And you see not able to make up a huge amount of ground. Still running in 13th. Dropped back just a few spots. Has made up a few, just not that many. So it seems like it's just hard to get going. You missed that little draft pack as that front few are taking off. You're going to need a little bit of help. But he's still there, still in that draft. You see he's he's definitely in a shot. He's going to have to get around Colton Lanford there. Holla Lanford Nation, as Steve Loving is going to go by as well. You can see the new tires start to make their way to the front. And you see him letting out, and you can tell he definitely feels the tire advantage. You see how big of a run he's getting. And so he knows he's got the tire advantage, so he needs to hang on to that and save it. Steve Loving, though, like, I'm not saving shit. I'm going. So Steve Loving going down to the inside there, saying, excuse me, I'm the king. Get out of here. As they catch up to the back end of this pack. Let's go up front and let's see what's going on. Garrett Kinder still leading the way. Travis Bieber, though, making it up to second place in that Valvoline 114 machine. And don't look now, Patrick Dravik in that 07 machine is also up there. And I'll tell you what, Ronnie Osborne has no issue getting right on the back end of somebody's bumper, making dudes feel uncomfortable out there. I love it. You're gonna be in a race car on a race track. You got to be able to handle a little bit of racing. He goes up to the outside. He's going to try to get up to Jonah Colbert in that 31 OSU car, repping Oklahoma State. Big win over Oklahoma this past weekend. So definitely had to bust that car out tonight. And I think once you get up here to the front, you get out of the hornet's nest, you're really just trying to position yourself. You're just riding. You know that you are going to have a rubber band effect where if you take a run and you get out front, they're just going to get runs to come back. If you can work together, especially with these cars and how the separation is possible with just handling itself. You see Todd Schott back here and Fontaine get a little bit close. So it was a little bit scary. So you guys kind of fanning out, trying to dodge any possible wrecks. But got a nice little pack here of looks like about 15 cars. And then we go back to Mike Steffen in 16th, who is running that Roca machine. Him and Logan Sturgeon have a very similar paint scheme. But this is a pack of about 4 or 5. And then we go back here to this next little pack back in 24th, 25th. So racing all over the place, very much like back in the day where it would really get strung out. And Jonah Colbert making a bid for the lead, going on the outside with help from Ronnie Osborne. I'll tell you right now, if I had to pick anybody to win this race, I think Ronnie Osborne is definitely the pick. He seems to know exactly what to do with his car, not afraid to get close to somebody to get that great run and great push, and definitely seems to have all the skill in the world to make that happen. So, but 20 laps to go. So these guys are in a great spot. The top 15 seem to be where the winner is going to strike. You got Andy Kurtz in that Valvoline number 8 machine pulling up the end of this pack. So we got 14 drivers who are still realistically in it. Zach Wittstein leading this front pack. They really have to work together if they're going to try to run down this front pack, and we'll kind of keep an eye on that as the laps start to tick down. But Jonah Colbert showing the way Garrett Kinder, no surprise to see these two out front. I got to admit, the racing up front has been phenomenal. I've been kind of focusing on the front, so I apologize about that. But I got to say, guys are really showing a lot of patience, but also being real racy, willing to race around each other and jockey for positions. We got a three-way little breakaway as Travis Bieber and Jared Reed are running side by side. $18 laps to go. I expected to see the tires of Keith Taylor to really take over, but so far it's still kind of hanging out back here along with Steve Loving. I can't tell if they've are they, is this a strategy call? Are they trying to hang out back here and miss maybe some of this action that's maybe inevitable up here? But it's been pretty clean as we see them coming up on a lap car of Vernon Reese in the 66. Got him a little bit of damage. He moves up out of the way. Very respectful. Yeah, absolutely right. And this front pack, this second pack led by Zach Wittstein, hates to see what these guys are doing. They're just nose to tail, single file as they kind of get a little bit strung out. Got some racing going back here in the back a little bit, but for the most part, everybody is single file trying to keep up as this front pack is really laying them down, really laying down some really fast laps. It seems like if you make a pass, you lose so much time next to somebody. You have to be careful. You see Patrick Dravik has a big gap there. The draft will pull him back in as you see Ronnie Osborne looking a little bit to the outside, but and there he does. He goes up to the outside. That's good for these guys that are running single file, as that'll help them catch up a little bit. Well, Kevin, they are most likely over 200 miles an hour, getting close to 210, maybe 213, depending on the weather. I don't really have this. Let me see if I can see what the speed is going into that corner. Yeah, 216 is what I'm seeing. So the track's really fast, really fast, especially with a draft like this. Guys are really screaming around here. 43-second lap. That's pretty quick. As like Vernon Reese has gone around, and we are under caution. And Vernon Reese just trying to get up out of the way and gets a little bit loose there with a junked car. So we're under caution. 15 laps to go. Oh, man, the decisions here. I know these front guys were really happy with what they did, but there's going to be a decision here to be made as are you going to come in and take tires? You're going to get about 12 laps of green flag racing. What do you do here? Do you come in and get tires and give up that track position, or do you stay out? And I definitely do not want to make this call, as I'm not jealous of them having to make this decision at all. Now, somebody like Keith Taylor, Steve Loving, those guys, pitted not too long ago, and so they've got the freshest tires, but it'll just be it's decision time now. Just what you gonna do? So we'll watch our leaders. They look like they're committed to pitting. Let's see if anybody is gonna juke them back out. Patrick Dravik gonna stay out, take that track position. Is Jonah Colbert gonna lead this pack down into pit road? Looks like about so far pretty much the whole field coming down pit road. You see pit lane, very busy. Some guys coming to get. Oh, Jonah Colbert slides through his pit stall. That's not good. That's going to easily lose you a couple spots. You know what? Interesting call that I don't know if a lot of folks know about is Jonah Colbert does do it. So he definitely knows is two tires is actually really good in these cars. These cars are built tight in the fixed setup. I believe this is a D-class car, so they usually are going to build these setups extremely tight. And if you take the right sides only, that will loosen the car up quite a bit on pretty much every track. So it's not a bad strategy. Certain tracks it doesn't work. It just depends. You know, like at Michigan, you don't want to do that and blow a left front. But yeah, interesting to see how that's going to play out. Is Jonah Colbert doing a little bit of strategy as we see everybody working their way off pit road? But Jonah Colbert with the strategy call, taking 2 tires. I think that's going to be a cool call. I think it's going to work out good, but I'm excited to find out. Not really sure how it works here at Daytona, but I've seen that happen in the past, and it loosened the car up a little bit and give you a little bit better handling. But you don't want to loosen it up too much. Go down in that first corner when you're, after the second lap, you're wide open and end up spinning out going down in the corner. So you have to be careful, especially right now as we're going to have about 12 laps to go when we go back green. The guys are going to be wheeling it, so not going to give you a whole lot of time to get it figured out as we get the 1 to green. Our Goatlocker entry of Patrick Dravik in the lead. Cindy Taylor in second, just slowly but surely making her way up to the front, and is has been there this whole time, and now here at the end has put herself in position to get a win tonight. And Keith Taylor there on the bottom went in last time to get tires. So looks like 3 cars-ish stayed out on old tires. There was quite a bit of green flag laps there. Steve Loving decided to go down and get his tires. And so we'll see how big a difference they're going to make. So we got the 31 OSU car there in that 4th place position. He's on 2 tires, and everybody else, I believe, is on 4. And it looks like, yeah, everybody is taking 4 tires. So Jonah Colbert, first one on 2, and then the 3 in front on no tires. So going to be about 12 laps to go as we go green. We're not going to see a whole lot of love, a lot of space being given. Ratchet Miller says about to get real, and I 100% agree. I got my eyes all over Ronnie Osmer in that 02 machine up there, 3rd car on the outside line. I've seen him make some really awesome moves, so I'm expecting to see that here. Lots of speed, lots of talent. There's talent all through this field. I have to say this is one of the most stacked fields, but we're about to see who is going to take home the victory tonight as we are under green. Patrick Dravik with a really good push there. Cindy not able to get it going as much as Jonah Colbert was all over the back end, as Cindy just not able to get up to speed. So that's going to allow Keith to push Patrick Dravik out to the front. That top line really getting bottled up there as they go into turn 1. Is Keith Taylor going to jump up to the outside? Got to run there. Going to try to get maybe pick up that top line, but it looks like it's going to hurt him. Didn't work out at all as nobody went with Keith. But they are really getting racing now as Patrick Dravik just going to try to hold that bottom line, hold those tires, pray that those tires hold off. As you see, all behind him is all brand new tires. Patrick, the only one that's, as you see, maybe Cindy is starting to feel the effects of those old tires. And oh no! Don't know exactly what happened there. I can't tell if there was any contact or if Patrick Dravik just gets loose. And our leader is involved in a wreck, and there's a lot of people involved in that, as that's going to clear out the field again. These cars have almost no brakes, and it's a huge, huge wreck. As you see it's a parking lot out here. As we've got some front runners, Jonah Colbert, Patrick Dravik out. Cindy Taylor, who we saw was struggling there on those old tires, is out as well. A lot of damage to a lot of folks here tonight. As let's go back and try to see what happened there. Good grief. As my gosh, there's so many incidents that it's hard to find where it really happened. See if we can bag it up. All right, there we go. So we're watching right here is the 07 and 13. And 13 gets a nice little run going down to the corner. Let's see what happened. He kind of checked up a little bit. Yeah, Patrick Dravik just gets a little bit loose there. Let's go on board with Patrick and see, maybe see what he was dealing with. There's so many damn people in this race, I can't find people on the list. Patrick Dravik, there he is. Let's go on the cockpit view with him. See what that steering wheel is doing there on your left, as he was really working on those old tires. Yeah, you can see he's already going in the corner, having to turn it back right, and just loses that momentum. And Garrett Kinder all over the back end, not really much place you can go. So that's right, Ratchet, you got to go. And that's really nobody's fault. I don't really like to assign fault in a broadcast anyway. It looks like Patrick just trying to wheel that thing on those old tires and feeling the pressure of new tires coming up behind him, and just the air from somebody getting right on your tail with that little ass spoiler on there. There's not a whole lot of downforce to save you, and just gets a little bit loose, and before he can correct it, Garrett Kinder was there. So lots of damaged race cars. We check on pit road and we see Jonah Colbert, Keith Taylor, a lot of guys up front who were jockeying position. Of course, Patrick Dravik, all of them getting fast repairs, so they had all their fast repairs in the bank, so that's good. But they have a long way to go now and a short time to get there, as we are going to go green with probably about 7 laps to go. So not much time left in this race to see who's going to take home the win. But let's go to a commercial break. I got a couple more. Let's knock them out before we get this thing finished off.
Mom's magic meatloaf is weighing on you like a ton of bricks. Send the bubbles of Alka-Seltzer to the rescue, because speed is what you need to lift the heaviness off your stomach and relieve your heartburn and pounding headache fast. So for fast relief, let the bubbles rise to the occasion.
Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
Wednesday
Try
night,
extra strength Alka.
someone's getting away with murder.
The bidding now stands at $42.5, a 31-year-old male.
What do you think? There's a conspiracy at the Boston Memorial Hospital?
Only one doctor can save their lives.
Does she think you're involved?
No.
But can she save herself first? Genevieve Bugeaud, Michael Douglas, Coma. 8:05 Eastern on the Superstation, Wednesday night.
Well, all right, we're back. We're doubled up, getting ready for this restart. Let's go through the top 10 as fast as humanly possible here, as Garrett Kinder is on point. Jared Reed on the outside of the front row. Samuel Fontaine, Ronnie Osmer, and Zach Wittstein having his issues early on, back in the top 5. Travis Beaver in 6th. Kyle Roberts up 34 spots in 7th. Josh Oswald in 8th, last season's champion, moving himself up, being there when it counts. Brandon Pollock in 9th. Hemi Gherardini in 10th. Andy Kurtz 11th. Jason Lottridge in 12th. Matt Telder in 13th. Mike Hasty in 14th. Jesse Nekula 15th. Sean Stevens in 16th. Colton Lamford in 17th. Steve Loving in 18th. Jason Warren having a nice recovery there in 19th. Dave Jones in 20th. Keith Taylor involved in that accident in 21st. Mickey Isaac 22nd. Patrick Dravik in 23rd. Logan Surgeon 24th. Cindy Taylor 25th. Mike Steffen 26th. Todd Schott running 28th. Jonah Colbert caught up in that incident as well, 29th. Michael Morrison 30th. And that's all your lead lap cars. So 30 lead lap cars. So if you're in the back, you got a long way to go, and you're only going to have about 7 laps to go. So let's get rolling. Let's get ready to see this finish. I want to see some activity in chat. RC Ratchet Miller saying go home, go hard or go home, and I like to see that. Where green flag is out, we're getting ready to finish this race in the Daytona 100. See some guys with damage there. Travis Bieber with a busted up front end. Man, look at Ronnie Osborne pushing Jared Reed, out to the front. A huge lead there. Oh, we've got cars wrecking back here. Jason Lottridge going around. And again, My goodness. You see Patrick Dravik there just used his faster pair going around. And good grief. Try to see where that started. Oh my goodness, yeah, you see some people were down in the already see my Lord. Already see guys sort of jumping out of line. I'm not real sure what happened as I'm trying to find it. As I can't find people's names. There's way too many damn people in this race. We'll get here with Jason Lottridge and see if we can see what happened here. Yeah, that bottom line is checking up. I'm not really sure what was happening there, but you see it right there, just bottling up. Just a check up, and Brandon Pollock gets into the back end of the 35 machine and just goes around. So I don't know if Garrett Kinder was having some sort of issue. Just seemed to be really slow on the start there. I mean, there's really nothing he could do about that. I don't know if he's got some damage with that incident with Patrick Dravik, but yeah, just getting demolished on that start, not able to go, and that really checked up that bottom line. So not really sure what happened there, but big old wreck from that. Now we will have 2 green-white checkered, so if we don't make it all the way to the end of this one, we will try it 2 times under a green-white checkered. It's been a pretty good race. I expected, we're under our 7th caution, but I've seen way more cautions. I was expecting us to go about 2 or 3 laps in a caution, 2 or 3 laps in a caution, and so far we've had some really good racing up front, in the back. Some big wrecks, and it's to be expected. These cars just don't come to a stop. Even if you're hanging out back and trying to take your time, you can still be caught up in something. Just trying to get these cars woed up, you just can't. They just do not have the brakes to slow down, and we've seen that quite a few times where it's just impossible. So even if you're trying to hang out in the back, take it easy, it's not always that easy. So check to see some guys in pit road to see. Oh, you see Patrick Dravik there just completely missing his front end. The right front tire is nowhere to be found. Track guys are out there looking for it now. I think a fan's got it. I see him running down the down to the tunnel there, trying to get out with that tire. It looks like the cop pulling out the pepper spray, probably gonna get him. But I don't think Pat's gonna make it back out there. They're gonna have to find a whole new front end. Kyle Roberts able to get his faster pair. There's just so many cars that if you get caught in an accident, it's just so hard to get back up there. Jonah Colbert able to get back up to 15th. We saw him all the way back in 30th, so he was able to dodge that wreck that happened, and was able to make up quite a few spots. So that's good for him as we get down to the end of this race. That's 15 cars he doesn't have to pass, but I don't know if we're going to keep I don't think we're going to make it to the end without another one. There's too much on the line. Everybody wants speed. Everybody's going to want to win this one, so. We are doubled up. Guys still look clean up front, except for Travis Beaver there with that pushed in front bumper. But a lot of clean looking drivers up here, so a lot of guys trying to get this win. And then you got a lot of guys sort of in the back just trying to make it to the end of this one. There's been so many wrecks. Top 5 as we get ready. They come through 3 and 4. Jared Reed, Ronnie Osmer, Zach Wittstein, Travis Beaver and Samuel Fontaine, your top 5 is, I don't know what the 117 of Hemi Gardini's doing. We're about to go green. I guess maybe he had a spot and he needed to get back in there. Gets in there just in time. That's very close. But here we go. Pace car is off. Going to come down to 3 to go. Green flag is out. Zach Wittstein get to the back bumper. Hemi Gardini just doesn't go. I don't really know what that was about. Gets up there and pulls in front of somebody and then just doesn't go anywhere. Let's go back and watch that. Get going, and maybe he had the same issue that Zach Wittstein had, and Brandon Pollock saying, hey man, it's go time. I can't be waiting around for you. And we're having another incident. So we're under caution, and we're going to get our first green-white checkered here. Already seen a couple times where these restarts are really getting these guys. So, I don't know if, we have auto clutch, we have all the assist on, so it's not like it's a hardcore race, but just guys trying to get all they can get and just missing a shift, and that's causing a lot of issues. So, Garrett Kinder, I think he went down pit road, got a faster pair, and is sitting in 10th. Trying to see, there's a lot of folks that were involved in that. Jonah Colbert going down pit road, not really sure how much damage he actually got from that, but came down pit road maybe to fix it. Let's see if we can look and see. Yeah, back bumper, like he got run over from the back, trying to slow down for that wreck. So he is trying to get the hammers out, try to knock that out a little bit. Yeah, Ratchet. Like I said, these cars are very, very hard to slow down. Some of a wreck happens up front and they cross the track, especially once we're getting going. These cars just don't stop. It's impossible. They barely turn their tanks, and they've got old ass brakes, and they just don't slow down fast enough. You just can't get woed up, and so it back in the old day, these cars were the race is a little bit more strung out, as guys had a lot of extra horsepower than some people had, and so you were having guys out there running by themselves, having two guys running together, like Dale Earnhardt, Darrell Waltrip in one of the plate races, just running by themselves, saving fuel. But here we got big old pack of guys with fixed setups, identical cars, and not a whole lot of places to go. I don't really know who to give the P&J Hard Luck Award, but I'm just going to say the whole field at this point, because I've seen new names every caution up front. The whole field seems to be having hard luck, so I'm just going to go ahead and give the P&J Hard Luck Award to the whole field at this point. So just tough luck for a lot of guys up here fighting for the win, and now are in the back, getting the pits, getting repairs. It's been a big pendulum swing. So, well, we got our first green-white checkered, so we're going to do this, and if we get the white flag, that will be it no matter what happens. And if we don't make it back to the white flag for caution out, we'll rack them up and we'll do it one more time. So a lot of pressure on these guys to get these restarts right and make sure that you are where you need to be. No missed shifts. Any more missed shifts, and we'll be down to about 2 or 3 cars out of 43. So you got some names up there that can make a lot of moves. Josh Oswald in that 17 Valvoline car, keeping keeping his car clean, like he said, and just trying to survive. As we head down back stretch, right now everything is on those top 4. You know, and I think with the damage that Travis Bieber has, Ronnie Osborne's not going to have the push that he might need, and we'll see as we go green. But I think Zach Wittstein with a cleaner car is going to have probably a little bit better push to get Jared out front, or Jared out front, and try to control this race. So. No Neck says, sometimes lucky dog, not so lucky. That's right. Well, all right. First green, white, checkered. Pace car is getting ready to pull off the track, and we are under green. Let's see how that goes as Zach Wittstein does get a little bit better jump as Travis Bieber seems to be just too damaged as they get in a single file on the bottom. Travis Bieber kind of holding up that top line. That's not good as he is headed to the back. That damage is just a little bit too much. So it looks like the fight for the win is going to be right here if we stay green. It's got a nice little 5-car breakaway. Jared Reed, Ronnie Osborne, Zach Wittstein, Samuel Fontaine. Ronnie trying to take a little look on the inside. It's all over the back bumper of Jared Reed. Jared got to be careful. You do not want, make sure you got control of your car because Ronnie is going to push you all the way around this track, and he's doing a great job so far. Wow, what a great job handling that push. As, we got a 5-car breakaway here. The top 3, like I said, my money was on Ronnie from the very beginning. Showed a lot of speed. Who is going to make the move as we take the white flag? This is in the books no matter what happens. Here is your race for the win. As you see Josh Oswald kind of backing up a little bit. Man, I don't know if I want to be in this. I want to make it to the end, but Ronnie jumps up out of the groove. You've got to be careful. Zach Wittstein is there. He does the smart thing and doesn't try to clear himself, but he's going to have to get down on Zach, try to keep this momentum up and not lose it. As he's all by himself on the top side as the 3 cars on the bottom are locked nose to tail. Ronnie is in trouble as we're coming through turn 3 and 4. Who is going to make a move? Zach Wittstein all over the back bumper. Jared going to have to really guard as we're coming down to the checker flag. Who's going to make a move? Jared Reed is going to win the race. Zach Wittstein just not enough to make it to the end there, but Jared Reed is your winner and is going to take home the win in the Daytona 100. A messy race, but also a very exciting race, and I am really excited to get this season going. That was a hell of a first race. Started a 43 cars at Daytona in the 87s. It's my dream come true. So what a great run. See some guys maybe we didn't expect to see up there. Hadn't talked a whole lot about Jared Reed and Samuel Fontaine and Zach Wittstein, who had that initial missed shift, is able to recover and get back to second place. What a fantastic race there to the finish. Guys hanging on to it and getting a clean finish there. So as we have a lot of crashing going on. Let's see what happened back here. Good grief. It looked like the Rebels Demo Derby started a little bit early. So, but congratulations to your winner. And we'll try to give out some awards while we're waiting on everybody to kind of get settled down. There's a lot of really nice paint schemes. I wish I could have gotten more of them. But see if anybody's actually still left in the race. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put I'm gonna have to give it to Patrick Dravik. Let's see if we can get back in time to see his paint scheme. It was before it was tore up, but I think that Goatlocker car looks pretty dang good. We saw it, so we know what it looks like. But he's gonna win the best paint tonight. You see him going through right there. There's his tire. Hey, I found it. Kyle Roberts gonna pick it up there. His tire rolling down the track there. So, well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get some folks in here, and let's talk to them. Let's start with our third place finisher, Samuel Fontaine, as we get everything set up for the interviews. And this is going to be Well, it's the Thunderstruck interviews. I'm missing the logo. We'll get them next week. But the Thunderstruck Super Series interviews, and we're going to pull Samuel Fontaine up in here right now. Hey, Samuel, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, man, what a wild race. You know, it's messy, but I think we expected that. But man, you were able to work yourself up 20 spots from where you started, trying to dodge a little bit of the wrecks, the carnage, and was able to find yourself there fighting for the win, in position to take that victory. Come up a little bit short in third place, but kind of talk about your race. Tell me how it went and what you could have done maybe on that last lap.
Well, the race went pretty well. I mean, stayed off trouble and pretty much it. That was the old plan, like trying to finish the race and finish on the podium. It's even better. So, I mean, this is it. Just trying to survive it, and I got pretty lucky on the initial caution. Like the car were all around me and still dodged myself out of it without any damage or anything. So, but no, it was a fun race though, even if it was a little messy at some point.
Right. Well, that's to be expected. Congratulations on third place. I want to give you an opportunity to thank any sponsors, any friends, any shout outs that you want to shout out tonight.
Yeah, every guy from my team, Moneymaker Motorsport, and the Roca guy also were all racing tonight, and it was all fun. And all of you guys for the broadcast, of course, and the leagues. Seems that we have a really big group of drivers, and I think the season's going to be really interesting.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations on third place, a podium in the first race. You can't beat that. So congratulations. We'll hopefully see you next week.
Thanks, man.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring up second place, Zach Wittstein. Let's see what his race was like. Zach, is Eddie in the booth? You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, after that initial hiccup that we've already talked about on the broadcast, you were able to come back, man, and finish second there. Kind of talk me through your race a little bit, but kind of want to know more about that last lap and maybe what you could have done. You didn't really have a whole lot of help with only a 5-car little breakaway. Is there anything you could have done maybe to try to get that win from Jared?
Maybe pass Ronnie earlier. I don't know much about these cars. I've only run them a handful amount of times, so especially super speedway racing, I wasn't too sure, but I just was patient until the one to go, and then I passed Ronnie, and we were side by side going into 3. So at that point, my momentum was killed, and didn't have enough to pass Jared. And well, as for my race, well, after the initial start, I wanted to climb into a very deep hole and just not finish this race, but that'd have been disrespectful to everybody if I just came in, screwed everything up, and left. So stuck it through, got the lucky dog, got some lucky breaks, even got some damage, and somehow still fought for the lead there at the end.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations on the second in the first race of the season. Man, it was a good drive, a good recovery, a way to fight back after the first little incident and fight back and get that second place. Just very, very close to a win. So congratulations again on second place. You got any shout outs? Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, sure. Goatlocker for being the main sponsor of the series. Valvoline, I mean, what a sponsor to have. So that's pretty cool. You for stepping into Rebels Racing Network and taking over and doing a hell of a job at it. Everybody in this league who, it might have been a little hiccup tonight with this race, but it's a tough car, a tough track. So I think everybody handled it the best they could. Mom and dad out there, my mom's asleep, but she'll probably look this over eventually. And just, everybody in the league that makes it what it is, because it's sure grown into something.
Well, absolutely. Well, man, congratulations again on second place, and we'll hopefully see you next week.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring in the man of the hour, Jared Reed. Welcome. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for having me.
Man, congratulations, man. What a win. Way to come in here as a new driver and come in here and do a great job of just missing the incidents, making good pit calls, staying close to the front. You were close to the front all race long, and to come away with the win there, man, what a great race. Kind of talk me through your race, man. Tell you how it went. Talk me through the whole thing.
Yeah, what a race. I mean, there's a lot of carnage, but that's what you expect coming into Daytona in these old cars. They're tough to handle. But my plan was just to stay out of trouble, stay up front, in front of all the chaos, and Worked out pretty good until there was one wreck as the leader got or spun around, and we barely made it past that, and then it was kind of smooth sailing from there.
Well, all right. Well, on that last lap, with only about 5 of you in that pack, Zach Wittstein trying to make a move on you there, but just couldn't. I mean, what were you thinking as far as trying to make a block, or you were going to try to just hold that bottom line? How were you attacking that last lap to make sure you was able to come home and get the win?
Yeah, it was just watching it as it goes. If he had made a move a little bit earlier, Mike could have done a block or something, but by the time he pulled out there, it was a little bit too late. So I was able to just kind of hold my line and go on through, but them battling side by side behind me really helped me out there.
Well, all right. Well, man, congratulations on winning the first race of the season. Get that win out of the way, takes all the pressure off, and so congratulations for that. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season is going to go, and hopefully get you a couple more wins.
Yep. Hopefully we come back and do it again next week.
All right. We got any shout outs? Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, we're gonna go with No Neck for bringing me into the league.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, congratulations on the win. Very, very awesome. And man, we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. The winner tonight, Jared Reed, takes home the victory. Definitely a messy race, but we expected. I said from the very beginning, last season, the first couple races were very, very messy as guys were still trying to get used to this car. And you know what? We're not professionals, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying how it is. We're not professionals, and we're in here just having a good time. Big fields, 43 cars. Yeah, it's gonna have some issues. And I thought for a 43 car online race and a car that's just hard to handle, I think these guys did a great job. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of guys that are unhappy and irritated how that race goes, but these races are always a dice roll. You got to have a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and to get there. But I think it was a great race nonetheless. So congratulations to the top 3. Let's go through the results and kind of go through the field and see where everybody finished. We got Jared Reed, of course, Zach Wittstein. Sam will start with 4th place. Ronnie Osmer trying to make a little bit of move there at the end of the race. Just had no help to get that done. So Ronnie Osmer finished in 4th place. Josh Oswald, though, able to come up 33 spots from where he started and finished 5th. That was a great run for him. Andy Kurtz, Garrett Kinder, Jason Warren with a great recovery there to finish 8th. Cindy Taylor, Todd Schott in 10th place. That rounds out your top 10. Colton Lamford finishes 11th. Dave Jones with a great finish in 12th. Michael Morrison, 13th. Jesse Nakula, 14th. Sean Stevens, 15th. Kyle Roberts, 16th. 17th. Jason Lottridge, Steve Loving. After that pit where he went down pit road and lost all that track position, just never really gained it back in 18th. Mike Hasty finished in 19th. Keith Taylor with a front runner all night long. Just some unlucky getting caught up in that incident in 20th. Chris Reese, 21st. 22nd, Travis Beaver. Mike Steffen, 23rd. Logan Sturgeon, 24th. Stephen Gibson, 25th. 26th, Mickey Isaac. 27th, Brandon Pollock. 28th, Charlie Gates Jr. 29th, Sam Wittstein. Hey, fantastic. Just got out of the hospital, comes and gets 29th. Started at the very back and moved up 14 spots, finished in the top 30. What a great run. I saw him spinning a couple times, so he had been involved in a couple of wrecks. So good recovery for him in the race and in real life. So glad to see you. Glad to see you back, Sam. Tyler Rice, 30th. 31st, Aaron Sayer. Matt Telder, 32nd. Jonah Colbert, disappointing 33rd. Hemi Garardini with that issue on that restart, finishing 34th. 35th, Matt Clement. Patrick Dravik with a very disappointing 36th after being in the lead. 37th, Daniel Cunningham. Greg Froenig, 38th. Scott Schroeder, 39th. Keith Lickenwalner, 40th. Vernon Reese, 41st. Kevin Anderson, 42nd. And Ryan Pendleton brings up the back of the field in 43rd. So, man, I just got to say thank y'all for tuning in. For those who missed the race, like I said, I apologize. We want to have everybody in the race, but glad to have everybody come out and watch. and those in the race put on a great show. It was very, very fun to broadcast, and so definitely want to thank all of our sponsors. We'll try to read off quite a few just to make sure that that we get all of our sponsors, just all the folks that support us. Obviously, Goatlocker being our title sponsor, the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series. Definitely glad to have them on board. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull this up and get this off the screen so we can call out these logos. But yeah, it's the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series. Of course, we're lubed up by Valvoline, so they are our main sponsor. And then our secondary sponsor is Flexible Freight Solutions. Davy Jones, man, super, super glad to always have his support. He is a commissioner in this series, so he's got a vested interest monetarily and being a commissioner. So always great to have him a part of anything that we do. So Flexible Freight Solutions. Chuck Pegleg with the Pole Award. Thunderstruck Super Series, who runs Wednesday nights and Thursday nights. Runs tour mods and super lates. Tour mods on Wednesday, which I broadcast, and Thursday they run super lates. So if you're looking for a short track series that I tell you what is some of the best racing you'll ever see, Thunderstruck Super Series is what you're looking for. Sort of a sister series to Original Rebels. They do our post-race interviews. Like I said, I'll get that graphic. I somehow missed that, but I'll get that next week. Sorry, guys. Mr. Irrelevant. I don't really know. I don't know who would be Mr. Irrelevant tonight. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna be Mr. Irrelevant tonight. But that is Cebulski, I think. Cebulski window tinting. I'll try to get that pronunciation, but I think that's what it is. Mike Steffen supporting us as the Mr. Irrelevant Award. We got P&J Motorsports, the Hard Luck Award. The Smil Racing Designs that sponsors the best paint. Also, Shibu Inu Crypto. Don't know what the hell that is, but hey, glad to have that support as well. So I want to thank all of our sponsors, all of our admins who make this league run. A lot of guys put a lot of work into this, and it definitely shows how we're able to put 43 cars on a field and 87 cars. So definitely a lot of work goes into it. Want to thank Garrett Kinder for putting together, and Jonah Colbert for also helping out, working on this logo. All the different logos that you see, Garrett Kinder puts a lot of work into that, so I want to definitely shout him out. Kai Shapard put a lot of effort into sponsors, getting everything we need to make these series run. Kai Shapard put in a lot of work. A lot of guys, all the admins, I tell you just don't see all the stuff that they do. I get to see it, and I can tell you guys do way more than you see, and they do a lot of things that keep this league going and keep it fun and keep it active like it is. And so definitely one of the best leagues I've ever been a part of. I'm really, really happy to be here. Always an honor to be able to broadcast and be a part of this league. Definitely don't take it for granted. And at the end of the day, we're here for fun. We're here to have a good time, race around each other, make friends, and this league is built for veterans, by veterans, and first responders, police, firemen, anybody that puts their life on the line to for others. Definitely want to shout them out. That this league is about. So, yeah, what a great race. As we move into Phoenix next week, I expect to see. I don't know if we're going to see the same big field. Super Speedway really brings out the folks, so I'm not really sure if the field is going to be as big as it was, but we'll find out. We had a lot of guys who wanted to get in who couldn't, so we're going to see what next week's looks like. If we get 43 cars at Phoenix, I really don't know what to expect. So it's a good problem to have. Thankful for everybody that has joined and was able to fill this field tonight. It's like I said, it's a real honor to be here. So we'll see you next week at Phoenix. Going out west and gonna see who's gonna take home the next race. So thank everybody again. Thanks Goatlocker, Valvoline, and we'll see you guys next week.